A standing ovation for Shaun Murphy at the end of that match. Shaun, there aren't many second round matches that finish with a session to spare, and you've now got the luxury of 3 complete days off. That's got to be about the best you've ever played in a second round match for 13-3 against Xiao Guodong.
Yeah, I mean, no one's more surprised than I am. I said before the match just how much I respected Guodong, and that hasn't changed. You know, I knew from the first ball I had to be on it, and I thought I started the match well. Going into the session today, like, you've got it at the back of your mind, you know that it's mathematically possible to win with a session to spare. I didn't think it would happen, but I'm thrilled that it has, and yeah, I'll be making the most of that bit of time off. I'm going to go home for a few days, practice at home, and watch everyone else fight it out from the safety of my snooker room.
And what a way to finish 3 centuries and a half century. I mean, it was just about AI computer game snooker the last 4.
Well, I think like everyone on their day can play like that. You know, everyone practices so much and is so talented that, you know, if they get in the balls and get the opportunities, you've got that ahead of you. You know, the conditions were beautiful. The table played really nicely. It was so reactive to spin and all. In fact, in the last frame, I was starting to think about the 147, and it's become a rarity these days. I got a kick on the black. I think the cue ball and black jumped, but I was starting to think about the magical maximum.
And what a turnaround from the end of the first round. Fan Zhengyi played brilliantly to peg you back to a decider. He's gone for that really high-risk red to middle right. If he goes back up to balk in that decider, you could well have been out. I wonder whether coming through such an epic match and sitting there as you were at times in that decider thinking that you were out, almost gives you a little bit more freedom come the next round?
I think there is an element of that, yeah. I mean, when I was sat in my chair watching him queue up at that red, I thought it was in. He thought it was in, and he was 1 or 2 pots away from being stood here himself. The other side of it is that having been given that lifeline, you don't want to waste it. And, you know, I'm not some sort of new rookie to the game. You know, I'm sort of been round the block a few times. I know these opportunities aren't going to keep coming forever. You know, I'm 43 now, not 23. To be one of the debutantes, you know, to be, you know, a Liam Pullen or a Stan Moody, so young and all their life ahead of them. But, you know, I know these opportunities aren't going to keep giving themselves. So when they do come, you've got to snatch them with both hands.
And back in the quarters, for the first time in 5 years since you had that great final against Mark Selby, your 10th quarter final overall. These are impressive numbers.
Yeah, no, I'm very proud of my Crucible record, and I actually wasn't aware of how many appearances I'd made until you introduced me the other day. I mean, it's a sort of big number. And
24, yeah.
Yeah, there are people ahead of me, obviously, but there's not that many. You know, I'm in good company there. It's a shame we can't include the years I came as a child to watch, because my numbers would be even better then. But no, listen, I'm delighted to still be coming, and hopefully there's a few more years in me yet.
Any preference as we're talking now? We don't know. The match hasn't started yet between Zhao Xintong and Ding Junhui. Probably on paper the most eagerly anticipated all-Chinese match in snooker history. Do you care whichever of them you face in the quarters?
Oh, I mean, it doesn't get any easier, does it? And that's the World Championship. That's the way it should be. You've got the, you know, beautifully talented, wonderful to watch current world champion who just seems to like win when he wants, against the greatest overseas player we've ever seen. You know, it's just an incredible mouth-watering match that, you know, I'm going to watch from the protective safety of my house. Hopefully they'll slug it out 13-12 on the black, and it'll be last man standing.
See you on Tuesday. Well done. That was supremely impressive. Not many people get a standing ovation in the second round. Shaun Murphy is through to the quarters.
Thank you.